Hi, I'm Kenzie. Welcome. Today I thought of doing something different yet again. This time I'm going to talk to you guys about Elmo's World. This podcast will include 20 episodes. So without further ado, let's get started. The first Elmo's World VHS is called, you guessed it, Elmo's World. It includes 3 episode segments: dancing, books, and music. First, let's talk about dancing. This first episode segment starts out with Elmo introducing himself, his world, and his goldfish Dorothy. He told the viewers to guess what he's thinking about today. He opened door to reveal some ladies dancing. That's what Elmo was thinking about, dancing. Elmo loves dancing. Then we saw some examples of dancing. After that, Dorothy had a question about dancing. The question was, how do you dance? Elmo went to ask Mr. Noodle. Before Shade even opened, it was dancing. Mr. Noodle was quite the dancer himself. After showing us some of his dance moves, Mr. Noodle couldn't stop dancing. At that point, Dorothy wanted to ask someone else. We saw 3 kids dancing in different ways. Then Elmo asked a baby. Afterwards, Elmo had a question for us. How many elephants can dance on the top of a truck? The answer was 10 dancing elephants and 1 dancing truck. Then Shade revealed Mr. Noodle was still dancing. After that, Elmo wondered what can and can't dance. Well, mailboxes can't dance, but Elmo can dance while he's mailing a letter. Birthday cakes can't dance, but Elmo can dance at a birthday party. Telephones can't dance, but Elmo can dance while he's talking on the telephone. Trash cans can't dance, unless it's Oscar's trash can. Oscar was seen doing just that. Afterwards, Elmo continued to dance. So did Mr. Noodle. Then Elmo mentioned that some of his other friends liked to dance too. His friends Victor and Shelby liked to tap dance. Their teacher showed them a new step. After some practicing, they got it right. Everyone was happy. Elmo wanted to learn a new dance too. He did that by watching the dance channel on TV. On the dance channel, the lecture lady taught us how to do the hokey pokey. Afterwards, Dorothy was imagining Elmo dancing the flamenco, the hula, and his favorite, the twirl around and fall down dance. Elmo wanted to keep on dancing. He did so by dancing with Mr. Noodle. After doing that, Elmo wanted to show his home video he made with his camera. It was called Elmo's Friend Zoe Does Her Happy Dance. After watching the video, Elmo mentioned that he and Dorothy loved dancing. That's why Dorothy wanted to sing the dance song. So Elmo played the dance song on the piano to the tune of Jingle Bells. Then he and Dorothy said goodbye. And that's how the episode ends. Now let's talk about books. This second episode segment starts out with Elmo introducing himself, his world, and his goldfish Dorothy. He told the viewers to guess what he's thinking about today. He opened door to reveal some books that fell off the shelves. Elmo dodged them just in time. That's what Elmo was thinking about, books. Then we saw some examples of books. After that, Dorothy had a question about books. The question was, how do you read a book? Elmo went to ask Mr. Noodle. Shade was being so shady, though, even before it even opened. Mr. Noodle was going to read the book. The problem was he sat on it. Then he put on his reading glasses and examined the binding. Then he learned he had to open the book by opening the pages. The problem was it was upside down. So in order to fix that, Mr. Noodle turned upside down himself. At that point, Dorothy wanted to ask someone else. We saw a mom and a baby reading a fuzzy monster book, a girl reading a food book, and a boy reading a book called My First Reader. Then Elmo asked a baby. Afterwards, Elmo had a question for us. How many books will fill up the bookshelf? The answer was 5 books. After that, Elmo wondered who does and doesn't read books. Well, pineapples don't read books. Cats don't read books, but you can read books about cats to your cat. Birthday cakes don't read books, but you can get a book for a birthday present. Beds don't read books, but you can read books in bed. The Count was seen doing just that. Afterwards, Elmo mentioned that some of his other friends read books too. In fact, his friend Michael got a book about dinosaurs at the library with his daddy. It took him a while to find the right ones, though. Elmo wanted to learn more about books. He did that by watching the Books channel on TV. On the Books channel, we heard a story called The Girl Who Loved Books. Afterwards, Elmo wanted to learn even more about books. He opened door to reveal a book. Elmo could talk to a book. A picture book, I might add. The picture book talking about the parts of him. Then a book about the circus entered the scene. You see, there are books about everything. Speaking of which, Dorothy was imagining Elmo in a circus book, a cowboy book, and a Dragons and Monsters book. The picture book had to be due at the library, so Elmo wanted to show his home video he made with his camera. It was called Dorothy Reads a Book. After watching the video, Elmo mentioned that he and Dorothy loved books. That's why Dorothy wanted to sing the book song. So Elmo played the book song on the piano to the tune of Jingle Bells. While he was playing, a chicken entered the scene thinking we were singing the chicken song. Then Elmo, Dorothy, and the chicken said goodbye. And that's how the episode ends. Now let's talk about music. This third episode segment starts out with Elmo introducing himself, his world, and his goldfish Dorothy. While Elmo was playing the piano, he told the viewers to guess what he's thinking about today. He opened door to reveal a lot of trumpets falling on him. That's what Elmo was thinking about. Music. Lots of things make music. Then we saw some examples of music. After that, Dorothy had a question about music. The question was, how do you make music with a drum? Elmo went to ask Mr. Noodle. Shade opened to reveal him. At first, Mr. Noodle put the drum on backwards. After putting the drum on the right way, he realized he still needed the drumsticks. He couldn't do it backwards. He had to turn around to get them. No worries, he managed to get them. Then he hit the drum, and boom! It looked like it hurt. The vibrations made Mr. Noodle shiver. At that point, Dorothy wanted to ask someone else. We saw 3 boys making music with different kinds of drums. Then Elmo asked a baby. Afterwards, Elmo had a question for us. How many strings does the guitar have? The answer was 6 strings. After that, Elmo wondered what does and doesn't make music. Well, a trombone makes music. A box doesn't make music, unless it's a music box. A birthday cake doesn't make music, but singing happy birthday is music. Little birds make music. So do big birds. Big Bird was seen doing just that. Afterwards, Elmo mentioned that some of his other friends make music too. At school, they learned to make musical instruments. Laura made music with a comb and wax paper. Reuben made music by tapping on glasses filled with water. Jesse made music by putting rubber bands around a box and wiggling his finger across them. Finally, Hannah made music by hitting a pot with a spoon. Then they all played together. Oscar entered the scene making music by banging 2 garbage can lids together like cymbals. Elmo wanted to learn more about music. He did that by watching the music channel on TV. On the music channel, we heard a story about the first music played in the entire world ever. Afterwards, Elmo wanted to learn even more about music. He opened door to reveal an accordion. Elmo could talk to him about music. The accordion talked about the parts of him and how he could play soft, loud, high, and low. Then a clarinet entered the scene. Speaking of which, Dorothy was imagining Elmo playing the clarinet, the drums, the banjo, and the trumpet. You see, there's all kinds of great music. You just have to enjoy it. After the accordion left, Elmo mentioned that he can make music by just humming. Then Elmo wanted to show his home video he made with his camera. It was called Harry Humming. After watching the video, Elmo mentioned that he and Dorothy loved music. That's why Dorothy wanted to sing the music song. So Elmo played the music song on the piano to the tune of Jingle Bells. Then he, Dorothy, and the accordion said goodbye. And that's how the episode ends. So yeah, that's Elmo's world. If you would like to play again, just go back to the beginning of this episode. See you next time. Bye!